Yo, live and direct to live. They ask for consistency. I'll consistently be consistent. Is this consistent enough for? Is this consistent enough for you? It's the boy Shremzy, the one and only, the only one. Trust me. I like me, never tell you. But yeah, today's a different video. Why? Because I'm not actually boogieing, but I'm educating on if you want to boogie, especially if you're going to Malta, the things that you should be mindful for. Because I feel like I've been getting a lot of messages of people just asking me how's the weather, what stuff that they need to know if they're going there, how do they pattern the data situation, transport, so on and so forth. So essentially that's the breakdown of the video. I'm going to give you like a breakdown from the stuff that I can remember from the top of my head of what to look out for and what to be mindful of, the pros, the cons, or whatever of, yeah, when you're going to Malta essentially. First, I will talk about the data. Like, if is a situation whoever you're contracted with or whatever is telling you crazy prices, the best way to go about it is get an eSIM. Literally, the letter E and SIM. What is it? Is a virtual SIM. You basically download the app, and let's say, for example, you're there for 7 days. You pay X amount. For me, I think I paid about £24, maybe lower than that. You pay about £24, £20, whatever it is. Different companies have different rates, and you basically get unlimited data for the whole time that you're there. Do you know what I mean? That way, you can still use your main phone, your main number, and you don't have to take out your SIM card because it's a virtual SIM card, so people can still call you, so on and so forth. But the main thing for me was the data situation, because I run a business based on where I need to obviously do admin and liaise with the team via data. So that was a key point for me. And the app that I personally used, I don't know how to say it, it's called, hold on, let me show you guys. Hola Fly. And it's not just Malta you can get this app. You can use this app for different countries, but I'm specifically talking about Malta. It's the same app that I used when I went to Dubai, but Hola Fly. Look no further, you don't have to stress about that. You can still keep your SIM card as stated, and you can still float about and do what you need to do. Now, transport. Do you use public transport? Do you take bus, coach, train, how do you move about? Me personally, every single time I've gone there twice. I got a rental, rented out a car. Where do you find the cars for the rentals? There's two ways you can do it. You can either pre-book these rentals prior, you land through booking.com, or there's other platforms you can use to book a car, hire out a car, or you can book it there and then when you land at the airport. You go to the airport, you ask them, tell them, I'm trying to rent a car rental. They have a whole company, a whole section for this car rental companies. I think there's over 10 different companies that you can go for. So what I done is basically I just started shopping around. I was literally telling them, what cars do you got? Is it automatic? Is it manual? How long? Key information, you need to ask them, how long does it take for them to refund you the money? Because the company we went with, the first day I went, which was last year, they took up to 30 working days. I repeat, 30 working days. So basically 2 months before they gave us the money back. Obviously, if it's a situation you're splitting the car with your friends and stuff, you got to ask that. That's the key information you need to know. And you also want to know what type of insurance cover do you have, because sometimes the insurance that they may give you, like the cover they may give you, they may be telling you you need to put a deposit of 1.5, and then that's basically blocked in your account, so that the money's not taken from your account, but you can't use that 1.5 essentially. And if any damages or anything goes left, then they just take that 1.5. So you need to ask, what does this cover? Yeah, the car rental company I went with was, I got the documents here, innit? Can't show you obviously for legal reasons, but Sicily by car. Yeah, I think the rate that I had to pay was, so I think it was £50, 50 euros per day. 50 euros per day. I was there for 4 days, so that's 200 euros. And then 300 euros was excess charge. So let's say, for example, if anything happened to the car, it was involved in a car accident, scratched it, popped the tire, whatever it may be, then they'll just they'll remove that money from the 300 euros. So basically, I spent 200 euros for the 4 days to rent out the car. Then the 300 euros I get back in return. So total 500, you get your 300 back. If you don't make any car damages, please, before you get any car out or whatever, make sure you're taking pictures, make sure you're taking videos, because not this specific company, but I'll tell you for free, car companies make a lot of money off of that. So make sure you're taking pictures, make sure you're taking videos before you even leave, because if you leave and you're trying to go back and forth with them, remember, you got a flight to catch. That's their country. They don't give a damn. Do you know what I mean? So that's key. Oh yeah, and with the insurance, this is what the insurance covered with that specific company. They called it Gold Danny Photo, which is basically super gold. The insurance covered car body, theft, tires, glasses, roof, any underbody, mechanical parts. They said it doesn't cover road assistance, so if, God forbid, let's say the car broke down, they will not be able to assist me because that's not part of the insurance. And also driver personal cover. So if you ask me, it's pretty good insurance, you know what I mean, mate? Where to stay, to be fair, is simply down to your discretion where you want to stay. The two main areas that I would say is the easiest to commute from is St. Paul's Bay, which is where I stayed, or St. Julian's. I repeat, St. Paul's Bay or St. Julian's. And within St. Paul's Bay and St. Julian's, there's countless of accommodations you could do. You could either do hotel, you could either do Airbnb, you could be an apartment, you could be... They don't really have like mansions like that, but I'm pretty sure that there's like mansion type setups that you can do. The one that I personally went with for DOT Malta was the Quara Palace Hotel, spelled Qawra Palace Hotel. And how much did that cost me? How much did that set me back by? I was there for 4 days. 4 days if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And it was €588. Take consideration, I booked this before, a week before going to DOT. So I'm pretty sure if you book well in advance, it'll be cheaper than that. But how was the setup? That also included breakfast. I'm pretty sure that there's the offer for you to include lunch as well, if that's what you're interested in. Me, I knew I wasn't going to stay there for the lunch. I was in fast, I was going to be out. And they also have a spa. They have about 3 swimming pools at the top. And then another swimming pool, indoor swimming pool. The spa, I think they just had to originally charge me €60. You go a little bit back and forth, you negotiate, you get for €50. €50 is approximately like £42 from the top of my head at this current date. And yeah, man, you have a blast. The massage, I'll probably say was like a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, so when it comes to the accommodation, it's simply based off of where you want to stay. Make sure that before you get your accommodation, you're checking the distance from the accommodation to the venues and the events that you're having. For me, St. Paul's Bay and St. Julian's were the 2 places that made the most sense. The place that I went last year, which was the Villa, it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll put it here. The name of the area begins with M. But yeah, food. I'll be real, like, I've travelled quite a few times in my life, but the food is not the best. It's not the best. I'll probably say it could be 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, based off of where you're going, innit? Like, if you actually want to go to nice places, you need to do your own extensive research. You can't just wake up and think, yeah, you're going to go to a thingy. There was a Chinese spot that I didn't go this year, but I went last year. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm going to also say the name of the thingy here because I can't remember where it was. And I went this time around, I went to Wagamama, which I can't lie, I ordered a firecracker. I think it was in St. Julian's, if I'm not mistaken. The food was actually good. So the food is like, it's a bit iffy, do you know what I mean? I can't say it's the best, but I can't say it's the worst. Because it's mixed reviews, because some people that I've asked, like, what's the food saying, they've had a blast in it. So I was a bit lazy with the type of research I was doing. I can't lie, it was whatever I was just driving about and seeing that I was just essentially buying. If I'd done more research, I'm pretty sure I would have gone to nicer places in terms of to eat. But yeah, make sure you're doing your own research of where you're getting your food and the distance from that, if it's in the opposite direction to the venue. So make sure you're doing your research. But the food can be better, can be worse, but it will do. Now the weather, I can't lie, is absolutely humid. It's absolutely humid. The things that are essential is either you have a fan or you have a flannel. Me, I always like to keep a little cloth, you know what I mean, wipe you down when you're sweating or whatever. Probably even have 2. Have one for your face, have one for like your body. Maybe your armpits are sweating, you want to wipe that down. Maybe your arms are sweating, you want to wipe that down, do you know what I mean? But it's also the weather. Every single time I've gone so far, it's always been hot, and the heat is kind of different because it's not like they have AC all over the place. Like, if you don't, like, you will melt, your skin will melt, like, do you know what I mean? Whereas when I went to like Dubai, they have AC all over the place, so you're kind of like calm. Do you get? Like, I literally used the AC once in the car on the way back from the airport, and I promise you now, you can hear from my voice I got cold. they probably haven't washed out the AC, like the air handling units from 2001 or something. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's essential to have a flannel, essential to keep yourself hydrated. Always have water on deck, man. Always have water on deck, because I promise you, you do not want to be in the middle of the function and you're falling down. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, weather, the essentials for the weather is key. Now the culture, what would I say about the culture? Culture's a bit mix and match. Like, they don't play about noise and stuff like that. So if you try to throw a motive or anything like that, and you haven't spoken and you haven't liaised with them, that ish will get locked off. That ish will get locked off. Like, I remember the first time at the first village that I went last year, we didn't even throw like a motive. I told the guy beforehand that, listen, we were there for like 7 days. This was like the 5th day. I'm like, listen, every single time we wake up, me and the members are making sure that personally we're cleaning everything up. We're not making noise. Like, certain times we're putting, like, reducing the volume for the speaker. If people are making noise, we had 3 floors. Told the guys, listen, we go to the lower floor, so it's not, do you get it? We were not outside gallivanting, making noise or doing whatever, do you get it? So being mad respectful. And even then, he was trying to tell me that, yo, he's going to call the police unless we give him extra change. So that was on the first year. The second year, one of my boys had to throw a motive, where by the time I landed, that ish got locked off. The residents called the police, and this is a day party. Take consideration, I'm not sure if they let the neighbours know and stuff, but these people do not play about with the noise. Like, when they want to sleep, they want to sleep. If you try to throw a motive, any party or anything like that, policia will be there rapido. I repeat, policia will be there rapido. So make sure you're speaking to your guy, whoever, apartment, rental, whatever it may be, that you're renting out, you have an agreement. But trust me, they're going to ask for extra change, because they're going to start telling you, yo, we don't have insurance for these people, this, that, da, 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 da. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, because I don't live in Malta. But yeah, make sure you're staying on point. It is like, what's the situation with like parking? If you're getting a rental, parking can be a headache, because basically, like, let's say for example, you may have a white box where you can park or whatever, but then they have garages everywhere. So, and they literally have signs that say, listen, if you park here, we'll tow your car. So if you're not attentive and you're not paying attention to that, you can go to the shop quickly. By the time you blink, that car is gone. And they literally have it everywhere. Places that you didn't even think existed, or you don't even pay attention. You're thinking, oh, you can just park there, because the sign says that. You need to make sure you're looking at the wall, looking at the other place, because some of the signs may be discreet. So parking situation may not be the best, but if you're switched on, trust me, you'll be able to connect the dots and find parking. Do you get it? And if you're parking and you know there's an event going on, my best bet is for you to park kind of like mid-range, so like maybe 10 minutes away from the venue. Like, you rather park 10 minutes away from the venue, like what I done, because I remember the first year we went, when I was trying to leave, I think it was Captain Lamar, no, it was the beach, yeah. Trying to leave the beach, Amera Beach or whatever it's called, and we took like 45 minutes to get out. Like, it was crazy, because everyone's car was just jam-packed. So then this time round, when I went there, I parked like 10 minutes away. It was a 10-minute walk, but listen, I was gallivanting at the end, just chilling, because I knew once I got to the car, within 20 seconds, I was gone, beat the whole traffic, because you literally have I'm pretty sure over a mile worth of cars just stacked up against each other, Ubers, people booking Bolt, Ubers, Bolt. So, yeah, man, be switched on the point when you're parking, essentially. Also, when you're driving there, I promise you, these people don't give a damn, bro. Like, you have lorries trying to overtake you, undertake you, like flashing behind you. These people don't say thank you, as in they don't give a damn. Like, the amount of times that people have nearly crashed into my car, thankfully, yeah, I'm on point, God is guiding me and stuff like that. I'm able to maneuver. These guys won't even apologize. They just keep pushing. They don't care. There's no such thing as putting the hazard lights on and saying thank you, or flashing to say give you way, anything like that. They don't give a damn. It's every man for himself. So if you're having liquor and you're driving, I wouldn't advise it. But make sure, even if you are driving, you're sober, you're switched on, because, yo, you don't want to be at that car rental company speaking Hebrew, trying to explain your situation to them, because that's their deep hole. Yeah, and then I'll probably say lastly, when it comes to like the cost, the pricing over there is not expensive at all. Like, most things are affordable. It's definitely cheaper than, as you can imagine, the UK. So, yeah, man, I'll probably say, from a cost point of view, it's not expensive. Yeah, it's not expensive. I don't have any examples from the top of my head, but that's the best thing I could say. Yeah, man, let me know if there's anything else that you want to ask questions, or maybe I do a potentially a part two. If there's any other cities you want me to do that I've traveled to that you want me to do, also let me know. But yeah, they ask for consistency. I'm consistent, be consistent. It's consistent enough for you. Not only do I jam bags with the people, but listen, I need to educate the people, because if I don't educate the people, they will respect me, Jay. But yeah, don't say a word have to be said. This is for the small boys. I like I always say, Mr. Get man down the stage, Mr. Let man down the speed, Mr. Jump on the red, who's on who, Mr. Show, that's not him, Mr. Pay the butt, Mr. Pay the butt, Mr. Pay the butt, don't break man. Mr. Custom Balls UK, you watch, we deliver any occasion, You watch today, get done yesterday, you blink and it's already done, mate. If I don't deliver, who would? If I don't deliver, who will? This is how I feel. Even William Shakespeare couldn't write this, even Van Gogh couldn't draw this. Even David Attenborough couldn't narrate like this. Even Stevie Wonder could see this motion. True story, a lie, never tell you straight.